มันคืออันนี้แต่ประเด็นคือกูจะหาจากไหนล่ะสิประเด็นนะของฝ่ายตอนนี้ก็เพียงแค่นี้ลงละครแนวคนนี้เท่านั้นในที่สุดก็ของครองแล้วตอนนี้ตัวละครเพียงตัวเดียวมั้งที่ยังไม่ทองก็น่าจะเป็นนี่แหละเพราะว่าขายตั้ง2 อันเนี่ยแต่พวกเราไปนี่กันดีกว่านะก็จะฟาร์มไปเรื่อยๆนะจ๊ะตอนนี้ก็คือน้องไอ้นี่ก็คือมีของคลองแล้วก็คือนี่ตอนนี้ถึงแม้อ็อบเจกต์มันจะไม่ค่อยดีก็ตาม เนี่ยอันเนี้ยโคตรกากเลยไอ้เหี้ยดิเฟนซ์หมดเลยอัตราสถานะก็ไม่ค่อยได้ใช้ด้วยไม่ง่ายคือค่อนข้างที่จะเกลือแต่ว่าเอาพอละ
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Huh. Did you really think the Galaxy Ranger was an outsider this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. an emanator who hides her true identity. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do, but you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely... It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the... That's not fair, right? So then, friend... I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin, while also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation. Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact detail. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
โอ้เครดิต50,000เลยเหรอโคตรเยอะ ไม่มีนี่เลยโว้ยมีแค่ของม่วงยังไม่มีของเต็มเท่าไหร่เดี๋ยวอันเนี้ยอันนี้คือยังไม่ได้นี่เลยยังไม่ได้ของทองเลยสองอันเนี้ย ต้องรีบหาของทองมาใส่สักหน่อยแล้วเนี่ยอันนี้อัตราคีย์เนี่ยอันนี้ค่อนข้างดีอยู่ตัวนี้เพิ่มปริมาณการรักษาซึ่งกูไม่รู้เอามาทำไมเหมือนกันเนี่ยน่าเฟมากเลยอันนี้แต่ยังมีเอฟเฟกต์การทำลายล้างไงมันเลยแบบพอเอามาใส่หยวนๆได้อยู่
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just... He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on, and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely. But you're talking about real evil. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions... I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape. Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer. But without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, the two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a stowaway, then a family. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
ไม่เห็นนักล่าได้เป็นนักล่าเลยวะแน่นอนก็ต้องเก็บขึ้นมาอยู่ครับ
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened, and it won't fade from our mind. But follow your heart, and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different length. Hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone, and there's no memo, I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something. Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we? What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward.
family rep. Is Himiko okay?
อ้าวแล้วไงถึงมีไอ้นี่เนี่ยรับเลยไปก่อนดีกว่าก็ไปทำเควสนี้ก่อนดีกว่าเดี๋ยวเราค่อยมานี่ทีหลังเพราะว่ารู้สึกว่าเราต้องทำอะไรนี่ดีกว่ามันได้ไอฟันเฟืองที่ดูเยอะจังเลยแฮะฟันเฟืองโสมเศร้าทำไมนักศึกเอกชนถึงมาอยู่ตรงนี้ล่ะลูกไม่กลัวตกเลยเหรอลูก
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts.
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
ไม่จบเลยเหรอคูนี้
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
You're still alive, as are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
Vatora's fire demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the end.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn white hot. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring purgatory with me there, and before that...
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that is...
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence.
A bottomless stream. Yes, that's right. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of reciprocity. I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Their time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but... why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
ลูกรอดมีสิทธิ์เป็นตัวเล่นได้อ๋อ
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this, so it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I've also been wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder I know something about the Stellaron hunters. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past
ปกป้อง
and the
อดีต
truth
นะ
about what happens inside the dreamscape.
เพราะว่าบังเอิญก็เหมือนกับโกหกก็คงจะจริงนะ
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that.
No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Hang on.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light and to burn. So, I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with...
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what...
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's...
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to... After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that galaxy range.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminate... I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a...
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Adventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting... You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome.
โอ้โหรวยจริงๆ
Let's tell everyone about it.
โคตรรวยรวยแบบรวยเกินอ่ะตอนนี้ก็คือไอ้อันเนี้ยกูก็ไม่มีสักอย่างเนี่ยอยากให้มีอันเนี้ยสักอันหนึ่งอ่ะแค่อันเดียวก็ยังดีแต่กูหาไม่เจอไอ้รางวัลภารกิจบุกเบิกแทบตายก็หาไม่เจอ
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, the existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? An attack on the hotel guests? Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. He's definitely going for the family, and it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible. Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger... I was also considering this possibility. Especially because he was... I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in.
I really love Clocky.
Aventurine said something that concerned. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more... Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of... However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of her? That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up. But I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? Whenever I... Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have our... Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. Aw, what a mess. But then I'd be just like...
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the families.
Among our current clues, the 2 murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life?
How about we split off into 2 groups? There are still some things worth
focusing on?
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together.
I will. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Welt.
Is there something about my name?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade.
The Annihilation Gang?
Ifrit, of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depth. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. Those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old... I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board. Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, But I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups. Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage.
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between...
The guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch, this music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12.
Well done, Dubra.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted.
They sought refuge in a land of sleep. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
When have thou on the path of destruction?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way... it's like it's been erased.
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... no. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you? I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Oh. A phone. Wanna listen in?
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been the formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to...
Sigonia. Sigonia. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood. You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me. Does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heart? Otherwise, why...
Mommy! 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 The rain! It's rain!
Raining?
It is raining! It's true! Those outworlders weren't lying to us. They really did...
Back home. Darling, listen. Such a lucky child. May the goddess keep your... Let your journey and your schemes for... Welcome to this sad world, Kaka.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to...
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was... another body. I don't know the exact details, just...
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across... This murderer is a psycho. And I have to say, the case does represent an opportunity. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. What should we do? Let me think.
Incredible gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of...
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, but she died. Right before my very eyes.
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, it seems to have resulted in your rather undignified arrival. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the hounds.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon... there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop...
Fine. Well, that's great. It's all... Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for...
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanicus star system.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these...
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members.
เอานี้ก่อนแล้วกันเนื้อเรื่องไปอย่างนี้ซะด้วยไงตราซาสถานะมันจำเป็นด้วยหรอวะอันนี้ดาเมจไกลนี่เลยอันนี้ดูดีกว่าอีก อย่างน้อยก็มีขอนี่ก็โอเคอยู่เนี่ยแต่มันไม่ค่อยได้เรื่องเท่าไหร่ใช่ไม่ค่อยได้เรื่องเลยโอ้ยพีเยอะเกินไอเฮียเนี่ยคือกาสุราเนี่ยดิเฟนเยอะเกิน
ยี่สุดจิตนะเห็นกับตาเลยนะแม่ก็อ่อนแม่ยังนิสัยนะเห็นกับตาเลยนะพี่บอกไอ้เฟิร์นก็จะให้ขนมไปแม่ใส่เยอะถ้าเกิดมันไม่สบายมาอย่ามาโทษนะแม่ไม่ได้เป็นคนจ่ายตังค์แม่หัวเราะ
A reward with no risk?
เฮ้ยบอกเลยแต่
I'll take it.
บอกให้แม่รักมันแต่แม่อยากให้มันกิน หนูว่ารู้อยู่แล้วแม่ให้อยู่เรื่อยแม่ไม่ได้เป็นคนจ่ายตังค์เวลามันไม่สบายมันเป็นอะไรอ่ะ
Hey, you two! That's a place of business. No entry.
Riêng là dài. หาเรื่องให้โดนด่า
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the suspect. My name is Ratio. He should have mentioned it to you.
ยายให้อาหารมนุษย์ทำไมก็นั่นแหละยายก็ไม่ต้องสนใจมันสิยายไม่รู้ว่ายิ่งให้อาหารคนน่าจะยิ่งอายุไม่ยืนไม่นิดๆหน่อยๆนี่แหละก็คือท้ายมันตายนานขึ้นนะเยอะขึ้นนะเป็นอย่างนั้นน่ะแล้วยายก็บอกเองไม่ใช่เหรอว่าตอนยายเลี้ยงไอ้โชคมันเป็นยังไงอ่ะยายมันเกิดขึ้นอีกดิยายอาหารแมวก็มีก็ควรให้อาหารแมวดิเหมือนซื้ออาหารคนเราไปกินอาหารแมวเงี้ยได้เหรอยาย
Oh, I remember you. Veritas Ratio. Your punch virtual particle clock is impressive.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my—
Right, and as I mentioned, that fantasy—
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the mobile nights.
It seems like the idiocy index here.
A dead end?
The door is shut tight. Looks—
I mean, there isn't a door. How did you get in before?
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape. On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone to the side room to verify something before setting the statue.
Well, maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look. Of course. This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
ไปทางนี้ได้เพราะงั้นก็ขออนุญาตไปทางนี้แล้วกันอยากรู้ว่าทางนี้เนี่ยอะไร
Firefly Type 4, activate!
I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Sora.
High stakes, high rewards. Spend freely.
Mission command. Mission command. Set in position. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Set to the seas of flame!
Eliminating threat.
Watch your head.
Firefly Type 4 in position. Fight to live!
I hit the mark.
Step up, let's see ya.
I need to
Nice,
breathe.
like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves! Hide.
Set to the seas of flame!
Sure, I'll play along. It's on me.
Stay back, Clara.
All in.
I want to protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Mission command. In the mood for another
The
beating?
dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
It ain't over. Joining the battle. Detonate. Target threat index. Stand in position. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
Hedge your bets.
I'm not afraid of you.
Eliminating threat.
Attack detected! Set to the seas of flame! This is more than a bad fight! To live!
Sure, I'll play along. Spend freely.
Stay back, Clara.
All in.
Target threat index.
Step up, let's see ya.
Hedge your bets.
Joining
The
the
dice
battle.
have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Detonate. Eliminating threat. Set
I
in
want to
position.
protect everyone. Help me, Mr. Sora.
Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes!
Nice, like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Firefly set to the seas of flame!
In the mood for another.
Sure, I'll play along. It's on me.
Fight to live!
เมื่อกี้ไม่ได้ใส่นี่มาไงตัวไอ้นะตัวเราว่าคือชื่ออะไรคือเหมือนยังไม่
Mission command. Mission command.
Watch your head. Hedge your bets.
Set to the seas of flame!
Nothing. Stay back, Clara.
All in.
Are you alright?
I'm okay!
Spend freely.
I'm not
The
afraid
dice
of
have
you.
been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Eliminating threat.
That's all you got?
Detonate.
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live!
ต้องเปลี่ยนคาร่าแล้วเพราะว่าพอมันเป็นตัวนี้มาแบบแม่งการสร้างสถานะไม่ได้พอมาสร้างสถานะไม่ได้แม่งดูเบากัดเลยแต่ถ้าเกิดเอาไม่ได้เอาคาร่ามาแม่งก็กลายเป็นว่าไม่มีตัวแทงค์
It's on me.
I want to protect everyone. Helena, your Sora!
It's your command.
Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Attack detected. I need to be brave.
Eliminating threat.
Fight to live!
Sure, I'll play along.
Stay back, Clara.
Oh.
Stay back, Clara.
Step up, let's see ya. It ain't over.
Initiate cleanup.
แต่น่าจะเอานี่มาแทนคาร่า
Detonate.
Spend freely. The dice have bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Attack.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas ablaze!
Eliminating threat.
Fight to live! I want to protect everyone too. Helena, your Sora!
It's your command. Are you alright?
I'm okay.
Oh.
คือเล่นได้นะแต่มันช้าไม่ใช่หรอก
It's on me.
This is more set to the seas ablaze! I'm not afraid of you.
Recalibrating. Stay back, Clara.
Nice like a my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Attack detected. Stay back, Clara.
Watch your head.
That's all you got?
Hedge your bets. Spend freely. The dice have bust.
แม่มี
Or maybe I'll take it all. Oh.
Detonate.
I need to be brave.
Eliminating threat. Joining the battle. Attack.
Until everything burns to ashes! Fight to live! Fire set the seas ablaze! I want to protect everyone. Tell me, Mr. Sora!
It's on me.
It's your command. It's your command.
Watch your head.
Fight to live!
Uh-huh.
I'm not afraid.
Eliminating threat. Stay back, Clara.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Oh.
That's all you got?
Detonate. Attack.
คือได้แล้วมันได้นะแต่ว่าดูไอ้นี่ไปหน่อยมันดูช้าไปหน่อย
Full of supplies.
Ooh,
A
dyan ang
rare
tao.
find.
อ่ะในเมื่อมึงไอ้นี่แล้วอ่ะนะกูขออนุญาตนี่ก่อนเลยก็แล้วกันเอานี่มาแทนก่อนถ้าตามเนื้อเรื่องต้องเอาน้องมาก่อนละอันนี้มาก่อนละดูจากสภาพแล้วไม่งั้นได้เล่นนานแน่เลยแต่ใจจริงคือไม่ได้ย้ายนี่นะแต่ว่าต้องไม่นี่ก่อน
will claim fight to live!
Sure, I'll play along.
In the mood for another beating?
Firefly Type 4 in possession of the seas of blaze!
Nice like a good brew, full-bodied and sweet. My friends, indulge yourselves!
The mood is set. Let the show begin!
Fight to live! I will claim victory for my set in the seas of blaze!
Hedge your bets.
Every victory is hard won. No danger detected. But never let your guard down.
เพราะมีของมันเลยเล่นได้ถ้าไม่มีของมันก็ทำไม่ได้
Sure, I'll play along. Did the rhythm get messed up? The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Initiate cleanup. Detonate. Stand in position. Attack.
Until everything burns to ashes!
Spend freely.
This isn't fight to live!
Stay in step. Let's improvise. Watch your head.
I will claim victory from set in the seas of blaze!
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Six nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint.
But are these nightingales?
They are.
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales. Why am I...
มีจำได้ว่าอันเนี้ยหมุนวนเข็มอันนี้ก็ทางเข็มถ้าคุณจำได้นะใช่อันนี้ก็ไปตามนี้ตัวนี้ไปข้างหลังใช่ไหมถ้าไปทางขวาถ้าไปทางขวาก็คือตามเข็มตอนนี้ก็จะเหลือแค่อีก2อันนี้เท่านั้น
Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you...
Really?
I was being sarcastic.
Wow.
Oh, impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not affect
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death. Sunday must have...
แต่อย่างนี้ไม่โดน
Spend freely.
Take your positions.
Until everything burns to ashes! Set the seas ablaze! Attack detected.
That's all you got?
This is more than a battle. Fight to live!
Watch your head. Hedge your bets.
Detonate.
The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Step up, let's see ya.
Is that all?
ตอนนี้ไม่มีอะไรมากก็แค่ได้นี่เท่านั้นเองแต่จะว่าไปไอห้องนี้ที่เปิดนี่คืออะไรตรวจสอบไม่ได้